Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Monday! Ready to start our week again. New week. Um, so we're gonna do some more of our monthly kit. This is our August kit. We started it yesterday, so if you missed that, you can go back and check that out. Today we're gonna make the little truck. It says "Hello Fall," and on the bottom license plate it says pumpkins, and then it has some pumpkins in the back of the truck, and then a little sign that says Harvest Market, and then Hello Fall. So 3 things today, and then we'll skip a day. We'll do Chocator tomorrow. I have a cute t-shirt I want to do. So I'm hoping to do that tomorrow. I kind of need to do something with it beforehand. I'm looking at spraying it with the bleach stuff to bleach out the center. I'm trying. I'm thinking I want to do that, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I might not. I might just do it black so that it shows up really well. I want to do the ghost one that says I ghost people all year long. Sometimes I do, but not on purpose. Anyways, let's get started with this. How is everybody doing? I had an exhausting night. My dogs were good, but Stubby still isn't. Stubby's still having tummy issues, so lots of laundry last night. Lots of laundry. Way too much. So we have the washable potty pads for when they can't go outside or can't make it in time, and he can't go out the doggy door anymore. And he's not able to tell me in time when he needs to go. So lots of laundry, way too much. Way too much. So anyways, I'm exhausted mentally from that. I'm like, I think I'm going to call for an appointment this morning and see if they can get him in. Mondays are the worst, though. We know that. So likelihood of them getting him in, probably not today, but he'll probably at least get an appointment tomorrow. Poor little guy. His tummy just is still upset. They had that tummy bug go through, and everybody else, they had it, got over it. It's just like humans, get flu bugs. Dogs get that too. So he's just had it now for over a week. And that has to not be fun to be a dog. He's had multiple baths in that time. Anyways, it's not fun for any of us. None of us. So if you're out there watching, just say hello. If you're coming back and watching the replay, just put #replay. Hope your morning is going well. Mine is just starting, and I'm going to share this to VIP group, and then we'll get started right away. So you can always go back and watch the replay. If you missed something, go back and watch which ones you missed. This is number 2 for the monthly kit. So it is fall. Themed. Let me give you the link so that you have the link if you need to order it. I'll put it here, and I'll do it in a little bit too. So our monthly kit is fall themed. We did a couple of things yesterday. We have the truck, we have a little sign, and another little sign this morning, and then we will have the basket insert and the water globe insert later on this week. And a bunch of you already ordered it, so I started cutting them last night. It takes a long time. It takes 45 minutes for each of these kits to cut, so and then you got to pull it out of the machine, another 5 minutes for that. So basically almost an hour to do each kit for you guys. And so for $40, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. All right, let me see who's here. A few of you on this morning, bright and early Monday morning. Hi Laura, how are you? Hi Carrie, good morning. Hi Bridget, hi Cheryl. Hi Donnie in Virginia. How is everybody? If you're just hopping on, just say hello so I know that you're there. If you're coming back and watching the replay, just put #replay. I found one of my favorite shirts, one of my Chocator ones that says "Light knows no borders," and then "Shine on," and it has a little globe. Anyways, I'm starting to think about the Watts of Love weekend and hoping that everything will go well with that. Hoping I'll be able to go. Sometimes things come up. It's been really chaotic here. I'm hoping that that Mr. Stubby gets better soon. It's really frustrating. I've done everything, and he's still got the tummy bug. So hey Stephanie, how are you? Thank you for sprinkling, Donnie. I appreciate it. Hey Marilyn, how are you? If you're not a designer, I would love if you would sprinkle the video, and that means SHARE. So this is what we're doing this morning. Okay, so we're doing a little truck. And I know some people have asked for this to be changeable, but I really want each one to go with each theme. So I haven't made it changeable, and some of them might be different sizes. I don't remember what size some of the others are. Sometimes I resize it according to what the board is. So we have Hello Fall has a leaf, and then Harvest Market has 3 pumpkins, and then we have this truck with 3 pumpkins. We're gonna do a black truck. Okay, so let's get these things out of the way. We don't need the little stands, and we only need to paint one of those. So yeah, it is crazy here for sure. My life is always crazy, I tell you. I don't know. I thought that it would calm down a little bit, but I think I do it to myself, honestly. I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. So at least people tell me that. People tell me I thrive on chaos, I guess. I don't know. It's just, my life is always that way. So I'm getting ready for my fall craft shows, and I have 3 craft shows back to back. And one of them is my biggest craft show of the year. It's in a new location, so who knows how it'll go, but 3 craft shows back to back. You have puppies now, 8 of them. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to see pictures. I'll have to go to your page. Do you have pictures on your page? Hi, Sarah. How are you? Puppies will definitely throw your life into chaos, but they're so, I just love them. I love the puppies so much. Okay, so let's just start putting things out here. I actually miss our puppies, but I don't miss the work, you know. It is a ton of work to take care of those little babies, but I miss them because they were just such a blessing to us. I don't know why. You know, God gives you things that you don't know you need. Honestly, he just throws things at you and goes, "Here, take this." Because those little babies brought so much joy to our lives and to those around us. I'm telling you, the people that got the puppies, I mean, they're just so thrilled with them. I'm so happy for them. I mean, their lives, they're like, one of my friends says, it's going to keep me young. She is, she's a crafter friend, and I can't remember how old she is, 70 something. And she's like, this puppy's going to keep me young. I'm like, it sure is, because you're going to be chasing it all over the place. Anyways, I just love them to death. They're just so much fun. So much fun. Okay, I'm trying to find a place for everything. It's like a place for everything and everything in its place. Well, where can I put the pumpkins? I think I'll put them down here. I'm going to have to make my board a little bit. You didn't get much sleep last night. You heard all the chirping. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They can be quite noisy. I love it, though. I remember not getting sleep for a long time. I do remember that. And you guys probably saw me like with my eyelids like half open. Yeah, it is hard sometimes, but it is definitely worth it. Okay, I'm going to just move that up one. Okay, so black, brown, and then we're going to do red for the taillights, and then light buttermilk, and we'll do slate gray. Okay, I need to get slate gray. Where are you? Making sure I have all my colors. Light buttermilk. The base is going to be brown. So this is going to be brown milk chocolate. And then light buttermilk. And our medium Hauser green. This will be cinnamon, whatever it is, cinnamon stick. And then the word fall will be our deep ochre. And this will be deep ochre. And the pumpkins will be a pumpkin spice and cinnamon stick. Okay. All right. Got it. How is everybody? Happy Monday, guys. We're ready to start our day. Let me put myself in the corner. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Hi, Carol. Hi, Karen West. Craziness. So I really have enjoyed seeing some of the Olympics on my Facebook page. I saw a few of the gymnastics ones. I need to go back and watch. I'm not a TV person, so I don't sit in front of a TV ever. So when people say they sit and watch it, I know we used to when my kids were little, we probably sat and watched the Olympics a lot, but I just can't. I gave up TV a few years ago, and I just haven't gone back. Once in a blue moon, I will watch. I will sit and watch stuff with my husband, but not. I don't ever just walk into a room and turn a TV on. I'm not that person. I just can't. Okay, so let's get our black. Let's just start on the side and let's just go around and get everything that we need to do. So, hope you guys are having a great day so far. It is Monday. Just so you know, Chocator did launch some kits that are going to be, they're going to be fun little kits that you can buy. And then in Design Studios, they are going to be doing the demos. So you can paint along, you can chalk along, whatever they're doing, whatever they're creating, inking towels, whichever project you choose, you can do it with them. So it's kind of like during ChalkCon where you could purchase the kit and then they have the tutorial. The tutorial will always be there in case you miss it. The tutorial will always be there. So I just wanted to let you know that they did launch some kits on Friday. I didn't post anything. Guys, I feel like I'm so behind on some things. I really just feel like I'm struggling a little bit. I'm on the struggle bus. Anybody else just having that issue with keeping up with life? I swear, I can't keep up with it all. I just and I'm just not going to get down on myself. So I used to beat myself up and just have to do more. But my body right now, after having the surgery, I can't. I just have to say, do your best. It'll be okay. If you can't get everything done, it's all right. Don't sweat the small stuff. So I have to keep reminding myself that and I'm trying to find paper towel place. So I really have to just not get down on myself over those things. You know, I can't do everything. I admit it. I'm not Superwoman anymore. Something happened. They took that out when I had my surgery. Hi Pam, how are you? Hi Julie. Hi Darlene. Your life has fallen behind too. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, Carrie's on the struggle bus too. You know, I don't know what's going on, but I just honestly just feel like it's been a struggle lately. I'm trying not to be that way. I honestly don't want to be that way, but my life is that way right now. So I'm sorry, lots of things have fallen through the cracks. There's lots of cracks in my life. There's a lot of cracks in my life. I might be the crackpot. I don't know. But I always try to do everything and I just can't. I have to accept that there's things right now that it's been 4 weeks since my surgery today. And I am still struggling with that exhaustion. I am. I'm still struggling with the exhaustion. All of a sudden it'll hit me and I just have to lay down. Yep. So whatever, you know, that's life. That is life. I just have to listen to my body. So, okay, so that was milk chocolate, and then let's do our light buttermilk. Just kind of work around. This is light buttermilk. So trying to do all the things that are the same. Trying to use up the last of these. I have a bunch of bottles that are almost gone. So let's use the last of these. Okay. That should be enough for both. Like I'm trying to shake it down. And that way I can throw away. I have another one that's almost gone too. I'd like to throw away both of those. I just have way too many bottles. Anyone else, their paint just gets out of control. And I was going through my bags of paint. I have bags from Michael still that I haven't taken everything out and put on my shelf. I have a whole bunch of light purple. I'm like, what were you thinking? Why do you have all this light purple? Purple is for spring. Sometimes for witches, but I probably won't use it till spring. It's kind of funny. Light purple. Why would I have like 6 bottles of light purple? What did I have in mind? You never know. You never know. So anyways, that is life right now. Life's kind of just hard right now. But that's okay. I'm okay. It will be fine. You just have to keep going. So I'm not stopping. I'm just it's just like at a different pace. You know, life sometimes you have to just take it day by day and how it will work out. Okay, so I'm going to try to do the pumpkin sign without filling in all of the things. It should dry and you should be able to see the words. I'm hoping. So let me just go down. If not, I'll take my marker and I'll fix it. I think it's going to dry and it's going to be fine. Yesterday was exhausting when it should. should not have been. Yeah, you know, there's just days like that. Well, if you have puppies, I'm telling you, when were the puppies born? Because I remember the first week, I was like, I was dragging. I was totally dragging. And then it seemed to get easier. And then as they got older and they wanted to play, they wanted to be out all the time, then it got harder again. Okay, so medium Hauser grain. Yeah. I just love puppies. Okay, so I have people sending me messages again yesterday. I had someone send me a message. Do you think you can adopt this dog? It's going to be put down at the shelter. I'm like, my husband would divorce me if I brought another dog home. I'm sorry. I think I've done my part. I think I've done my part, but I might start sharing. In our area, guys, um, and not necessarily San Diego, but in the LA area, there are so many little fluffy dogs that are up for adoption. It just hurts my heart that these dogs get out and their families don't find them. It just hurts my heart. I'm like, I can't adopt them all. I wish I had a ranch and I had the financing to take care of that many. But not only when you adopt a dog, you have to be able to financially take care of it. So that's a huge thing. Anyways, I'm like, I'm sorry. I wish I could take them all. I wish I could. But yeah, because my heart is that big. I love being able to help. But I can't adopt them all. Somebody else has to help too. They're a couple of weeks now and cry a lot. Oh, they're so fun. I just love them. They're just the best. What I loved when they finally have their eyes open and they're walking around and they're discovering things. They're discovering the world, and it's just the best. It's so much fun when they and they're pawing at things and they're finally playing. That's the fun part. That's the fun part when they're finally away and their ears open. So I had forgotten. I had totally forgotten. Okay, so that was medium Hauser green. It's going to need 2 coats. It always does. And then deep ochre is my yellow. So the word fall and harvest are deep ochre. You know, I had forgotten that their ears are closed and they don't hear for the first, I think 2 weeks. I think it takes 2 weeks for their ears to open. Their eyes open first and then their ears actually open up so they can hear. They're kind of, well, with my dogs, their ears were folded and then they opened up so the ear canal, they could actually hear. So they're hearing all these sounds and it was so exciting. I just love it. So much fun. Judy, I just had the triplets pop into the bedroom to say good morning. Time to start the day. Oh my goodness. You have your hands full, Judy. Have fun with them, though. That is great. Sally says, do you ever make regular signs anymore? Not raised 3D ones. You don't care for 3D ones. Regular signs, like what kind of regular signs? Tell me what you're talking about. I make all sorts of things. All sorts of things. Coco's not letting you type this morning. She wants to play. That's so funny. Hi, Chris. How are you? And Judy, yes, I have done my part with puppy adoption. I think I'm done. I think I am done. I just can't. Sally, we make all sorts of things. I do Chocateur. I do wood signs. I go back and forth. I go back and forth on what I do. So I use the stencils. We've done so much over the years that you would have to tell me which ones you're talking about. Country red is the color for the stop lights, for the tail lights and the brake lights. Okay, so we're doing red and red. So country red, and then what's next? Let's get our orange colors in here for our pumpkins, and this is going to be cinnamon sticks. So on the pumpkins, this center pumpkin is going to be cinnamon stick. So I'm going to try to just isolate that one pumpkin, and then the outside pumpkins are going to be my spice pumpkin. So we'll see how I can do, if I can do this. Let's see. So cinnamon stick. Okay, cinnamon stick. So this is part of our monthly kit. So these are just 3 different parts of it. There's 8 items in the monthly kit for $40. It's a good value. You do have to purchase the basket and the water globe to go with it one time. And we use it every month. So you purchase that, like the people that started in January, that was part of their introductory thing. They got that free. So, oh, that's funny. I'm trying to know. That's funny. She doesn't want you on Facebook. That's hilarious. Okay, these pumpkins we're going to do all... I'm looking at my sample here. Oh, I should do the same on that one too. See if I can fix that. Okay, let me get one more paintbrush. Let's get the orange off of there. Okay. And I'm going to do the center one on that, the dark color. Okay, so I'm trying to do 2 pumpkins, spiced pumpkin, and then the center pumpkin with the cinnamon stick. So it's a darker color. Trying. Okay. Let me see. See if I can fix that. Oops. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, we will need second coats on everything. Okay, and then we need slate gray for the bottom part. Dogs are good at that. Dogs, they want attention. So my 2 that really need a lot of attention are Sophie and the new one, Darcy. Both of them, they need a ton of attention, and they are so jealous of each other. I make sure with my dogs that I'm giving them all attention, try to be equal about it. But Darcy tends to hang out with me. So this is slate gray. Darcy tends to hang out with me in the back room, whereas Sophie, she's kind of here and there and playing with the other dogs, and then she'll come in and she'll nuzzle my hand. she'll like move my hand with her nose and want to be petted, and I'll pet her, and then she'll nuzzle it again. I'm like, she just can't ever get enough. Okay, let's dry this. Let's put our second coats on everything that we need to, and then we can start our inking process. We have to do stems and leaves on those pumpkins, but let's get this part. Let's get this part done. See what we need to do. I don't think we need second coats on everything, but some of it we do. I'm going to end up writing the word pumpkins on there. Okay, I'm going to give you the link for this in just a second. I'll give you the link. Any idea on the shipping costs to Canada? You have the basket in the truck. I would have to weigh it. It's 3 pounds. So usually 3 pounds to Canada is going to be about $28 for shipping. It's really sad. It's really frustrating. Shipping has gone up all over the place. Shipping's gone up here in the United States, and it's so frustrating. It's really sad. It's sad that it's gone up so much. Okay, I needed to touch up just a little bit of that. That would be my guess, about $28 for shipping, because it is 3 pounds. All right. Touching up a little bit. We'll just kind of go around my brown. I accidentally got some of the light buttermilk, so I'll touch that up. Light buttermilk always needs a second coat. So let me see if there's any left in this. Let's shake it. Coco has ADHD. That's funny. My dogs are crazy. They've all started doing the zoomies. So the new dog, Darcy, is doing zoomies with them. Yeah, it's the cutest. I love that stage. I love that stage where they're zooming around. And it lasts for years, you know. Stubby is not in that zoomy stage. Stubby's in that grumpy stop playing. He sits there and rah 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 rah. He kind of tells them off, like, you guys knock it off, quit playing, you're bothering me. He is hilarious. So I just hope I can get him well. I worry because I remember going through this with Molly, where we thought that she had a stomach issue because the other dogs had been sick, and then she ended up having stomach cancer. So I worry about him because he's showing a lot of those same signs, but it really could just be a stomach virus. and he's just older, so it's hard for older dogs to kick that, you know. But I worry about him. Um, all right, so medium Hauser green is this one here. I'll give you the link in just a second. We do not have Canadian shipping on our website anymore because we were losing money every time. Because they didn't charge enough. The website didn't charge enough. And then we go to ship it and we go, wait a second, it's $10 more. So we just had to take it off because the website wasn't calculating it correctly. Cindy is your dachshund. She's 15 and a half. She's not grumpy and doesn't growl at all, but sleeps a lot. Oh yeah, that's how he is too. He pretty much is in the same spot all day long. When Dad gets home from work, he wants to be petted. That's about it. He's not very active at all. He just I don't know. His activity is getting up to go potty. Honestly, it's really sad when they get that old. And actually, he's not as old as we keep saying he is. I keep saying he's 15, and he's not. He's only 13 something. 13 and a half. Okay. Deep ochre is our next color here. Yeah, I actually I got the little birthday reminder from the vet, and I was figuring it out. Yeah, he's not as old. It's just he seems older because he's been through a lot. He's had surgeries. His eye, you know, when he was just young, he was not even 2 years old when his eye got split in half, and he had to have cornea repair surgery, which was very expensive, as you can imagine. As you can imagine, it was a little expensive. So, but we did it because he wasn't even 2 when he got his eye split in half by Molly, the English Bulldog. Yeah. So, poor little guy. Yeah, he's our $7,000 dog. Probably more than that now. But his eye surgery was $7,000. But we didn't want to take his eye. So he's fought eye infection. He has an eye infection too that's going on that we're fighting. He's the one that's had so many issues. Had to have his tail amputated because it wasn't attached. Yeah. But we love him. You know, we love our animals. And okay, where is my orange one? I'm missing a brush. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're almost done with all our colors. Almost. Okay, let's do another coat on red. This is our country red. And then I'll do spice pumpkin. Sometimes Cindy looks as lively as she was when she was 3. Her eyes say it all. Oh, that's so cute. That's her son named James. He passed away younger than. Oh, how sad. I know. You know, sometimes they don't last as long as the parents. Yeah. Well, Stubby's parents, both of them, passed away. We had them. So Stubby was one of our puppies. And his daddy was George. His mommy was Lacey. And yeah, they both passed away a couple years ago. It was so hard. Most of you guys were with me at that point. It was a tough time. I was a basket case. I really was. Losing that many dogs at once. Like in 18 months, we lost 4 dogs. How does that even happen? Okay, let's dry this, and then we will start our inking, and we'll do our detail on our pumpkins. We have to do the stems and little leaves, and I'll use the stylus to do that. It dries pretty quickly. It's kind of hot in my room. Yeah, my air conditioner isn't on high. It should be. It should be. Aww. Well, what do you guys got planned for this week? Anything? I just got work, so it's month end. So I'm right in the middle of month end billing. I'll be getting all that out to my people. It's always a lot of work, but you know, being a bookkeeper, you do those things. Cindy's a super thermal side slice once for a minute, and goes, oh, that's so sad though. So hard. Such a hard thing to go through. Well, we didn't think that Stubby was going to last this long because he has a tumor in his chest. So, but this is different what he's going through. He's having tummy issues that aren't resolving. And that is not fun. When dogs, I mean, you can't tell them to stay in the bathroom and go potty in there. No, I'm just cleaning it up. You remember when you, yeah, it was so hard. It was the hardest thing. I think George was the hardest for me. George was my little buddy. I just loved him to death. He was just my little sweetheart. Okay, I need to do the stems on these guys. And I might have to do 2 coats because this has been watered down. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, there's the brown. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been around for a very long time. Cheryl's one of my very first that's been around since the beginning. And I love that that some of you have been here that whole time. It's great. It's great. So that's awesome. I love when dogs just have no issues like that. They just keep going. Okay, so that was milk chocolate. Okay, then I'm going to use my stylus and I'm going to do the little leaves. There's little leaves here with my medium Hauser green. I'm just sticking the stylus in it and I'm just basically painting with the stylus. And then we'll do our inking. We'll get out a Q-tip to help us with that. I just ordered more of them, the pointy Q-tips. I didn't want to go to the store. When I go to the grocery store or to Walmart, things jump in my cart. If I order from Amazon, I just get that item. So I'm justifying it. I'm justifying going, I don't like to go to the grocery store. It's not fun for me to have to go out. Okay. All right. So let's dry that. The black buttermilk isn't all the way dry either. Hi, Karen Russ. How are you? Oh, she's laying in the toy basket right now. That is funny. I have dogs that sit there and throw all the stuff out of the toy boxes. They're hilarious. Sometimes they just sit there and throw out one toy after another. It is so funny sometimes. The puppies were really cute when they were tiny, when they were still here, and they would sit in the toy box and play. I would have toys all over my house. They had to get out every single one of the toys. They couldn't just have out a few. Okay, trying to get this dry without it bubbling up. That's always a challenge. Best thing to do is to just let it dry on its own. But I can't. The show must go on. Okay, so this is part of the monthly kit. I did give the link a couple of times. I'll probably give it at the end. This is our August monthly kit. Okay. Why do I have to touch that up again? I got white on this again up here. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. All right, so let's take the pieces off and let's ink them. We have everything painted that we need to, so we can start taking things off and then we'll ink everything. Let me stand up and see, make sure everything's dry as I'm taking it off so that we don't ink anything that's wet. Okay, the pumpkins that go in here are these ones. Okay, that goes in there, and then we have Hello Fall. Be careful taking off these little thin words, because you can easily break them. Yeah, I've done that. And then I just have to glue them together. And then, okay, so the mirrors are gray. Slate gray for the bumper. And then the license plate. And then you have red for the lights. Okay, so we're just taking everything off first so that we know we have everything. And then, okay, and this is the base. Okay, so we have the base. We scooch this up. And then we're going to take this off. For some reason, that didn't paint up as nicely as it should. You know, let me just take a piece of sandpaper. I'm going to pull this over my thing. And there's like some little things in the paint. I'm just going to sand it lightly. Usually you don't have to sand the MDF, but there's some little lumpy things on there. Oh, Cindy has been your dog almost your entire life. She's been around since... Oh my goodness. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right, there's that. Okay, this one too. So there's obviously something in the bottom of my paint or on the paintbrush. Okay, so here's these. And then mark it. So we'll ink everything. We'll glue it on. We'll speckle with black and white just like we did our stuff yesterday. So it all matches. Okay, I'm going to take this out of the way. And then we can slide our stuff up. We can go in a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better. All right. Now, pumpkins, you know what? I'm going to leave it. It's most of it you can see. So I think it's okay. The S is kind of iffy. Things jump in your cart too. You just exactly. Oh, Betty, you remember that and love to hear her snore. I know. My dogs, it was so great. Yeah, Bailey used to snore a lot. I love my dogs so much. It's crazy. It's crazy how much we love our animals. Sometimes more than people. Right? Sometimes more than people. Okay, I'm grabbing a little Q-tip to use. I've got my ink pad. And I do have my white one somewhere. I'm hoping that I get my new white one soon. Okay, let me just, let's just try to get this a little closer for you guys. Okay, so for the white, I'll do it on the black truck. Let's just start inking. Let's just start taking stuff off. So I'm just going to ink around the words. We are going to add some white highlights like we did yesterday. So I am doing something a little different on these. I'm doing the little white highlights. Just, you know, you don't have to do everything. Okay, you can do as little or as much on these as you want. Make it your own style. I just thought it's just something different. I would show you how to do it. And since I got started already on them with the other things, I have to continue for the whole thing. All right. Woo. You guys, are any of you being affected by the fires? There are so many fires everywhere. I know up in Canada, there's a bunch that are close to some of my people. And then Cheryl, how's that fire that was by you guys? Is it out yet? There's just seems like there's fires everywhere. I am just holding my breath. We always have issues here. We've had issues before where it was really bad in our area where it was like on 3 sides of us. So I am hoping that doesn't ever happen again. It was like the scariest thing ever. But the way that I woke up, when the fires were here, I woke up that morning and I had put stuff outside. I had sealed it the night before. I put little Santa ornaments outside. I went to bring them in. I'm like, what the heck is all that crap on them? And literally there was ash raining down from all the sides. I looked up at the hill behind us and it was glowing. Yeah, there was fire behind us. There was fire across from us. There was fire to the other side of us. 3 sides, there was fire. It was a really scary time. We were living in our RV in the front yard because we had it pulled out, ready to go in case we got evacuated, and also we didn't have power. So our area didn't have electricity for like 3 or 4 days. So we used our generator. Luckily we had our RV and our generator, and we could do coffee. We did coffee for the neighborhood because I have to have my coffee. So I would take coffee around to people because we would have our generator, and I just take them a pot of coffee. Just say, okay, give me something to put it in. Give me a whole bunch of coffee cups. So you have coffee for a while. Yeah. I hope to never go back to that. Those years. So we had 2 major fires here that were bad like that. Okay, let me do the pumpkins. I'm just going to use the Q-tip. I think it's not as bad, still smoky in the air. Gosh, that's so hard. And Sarah says, you had smoke even in Nebraska. Oh my goodness. Are there fires there, or it's coming from other areas? Is it coming from Canada? Okay, I'm just using this little Q-tip to shade. Just shading around. Getting everything. Yeah, the air quality gets really bad. Okay. All right, so there's those little pumpkins that go on there. Oh, I have to do around the edge of the sign. So So this sign just goes onto a little easel. This one has a sign on the back of it, or not, has a stand on the back of it. This one has a stand at the bottom. So all of these are a little different, each one. Okay, let's just keep inking. Those are all going to go on there. Get all our pieces inked. If you don't want to ink, you don't have to. I just like the look of it. So totally up to you what you do. You can do as little or as much. You're the artist. You get to choose. Nobody gets to tell you exactly what to do. Oh, it's coming from Canada. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've seen the maps, and it's just horrendous. I think Cheryl might have even shared one of the maps where there's just fire everywhere. It's so crazy. And California always is bad. It's fire season for us. I mean, if some people will say, okay, it's fall, or it's summer. No, it's fire season for us. When it gets dry like this, because we had such a wet spring, so we had so much rain, so things grew, and then all of a sudden, all summer, it's dry because it's so hot here, and yeah, you would think it would be humid. It's not. It's not humid. We're right here by the ocean. I don't ever feel the humidity. Maybe some people do, but yeah, it's so stinking hot, and they say, yeah, be careful. Sometimes even just doing your yard work, you have to be really careful. You might kick up something and it strikes a spark, and then your lawn goes up, or you're doing the weeds. You have to be really careful. Things happen. You don't want to start a fire and have everybody's houses burned down. Or somebody has a car accident. Yeah, I mean, so many things can start it. I think one of the major fires that I've seen recently that Betty had shared was somebody's car. They had been in a car accident, and it sparked the fire. So many ways for it to start. Oh, I hear Stubby out there. One of the other dogs must have went near him. He's like so grumpy. He's like, stay away from me. Annie likes to push his buttons. Annie's one of those that she's an instigator. So she'll get right up in his face, and then they'll start fighting. Not hurting each other, but they're just like rah 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 rah. My husband, he's like cussing at him. I'm like, what's going on now? He's like, oh, they just won't stay away from each other. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think I need the Q-tip anymore. I'm going to toss that. Okay, I'm going to use the white to do this. Can't believe the guy that started his car on fire and pushed it down the hill started a huge fire. Uh-oh, do you hear him scrapping? I'm trying to let them deal with it. That's funny. That's funny. She just had a bath. She's moving fast. Yeah, I heard Stubby out there scrapping with someone. Yeah, that's pushed it down the hill, started the huge fire. That's ridiculous. I think that's the one that might be the one that Betty had shared. So crazy. People don't use their head, do they? They don't use their noggin. That's why our insurance is so high here in California. Well, a lot of places, their insurance is getting canceled because they're in fire zones. I'm in a fire zone, and a lot of our places here. Oh, I do need that. I do need a Q-tip. Maybe not. Are getting canceled, and they have to go to the state insurance, which doesn't cover everything. You have to have two, so you have to have the state insurance for the fire, and then you have the other one for your house for other coverage. Yeah, ends up being really expensive. My son's for his house in Boulevard is $15,000 a year. That's an outrageous amount for insurance. $15,000 a year for insurance. Crazy amount. Because he's where there's lots of fires. So they're covering their butts. Okay, let's start gluing stuff together. And then we'll do all of our stuff. They said that the 12th largest fire in California history. Oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely should be jailed for real. Definitely. But I think they caught him, right? They caught him, so they should do that for sure. I mean, lives lives can be lost, and your livelihood can be lost. There's things that can't. There's cattle ranches and all that stuff that get destroyed. The forest, everything is terrible. There's so many freeways that are closed because of the fires. I was reading that last night. Some of the places in Arizona, they're like, don't even try because this road is closed because of the fires, and we have no clue when it's going to open. There's certain roads, and then they had that. Oops, there goes my white. They had that little accident that happened on the 15 going to Vegas. Anybody caught in that? Any of you guys or friends or anything? So a lithium battery. Oops, that is way too much. I need to get a Q-tip. The lithium battery truck overturned, was in an accident. I'll put some of that over here. And caused like a huge backup. I know people from our area that went to help rescue people because people ran out of gas. I have to share on this one here. They're over there. They didn't have water. They didn't have food. So there are people from a rescue group that's in our area that they went out there in their Jeeps and were able to bypass that area and go in the sand area, and they were able to take water and supplies because these people were driving. They were driving from here to Vegas, and they were stuck in that traffic. And they've been, some people, what if they didn't have their medicine with them? People that are diabetic need to have enough food. Yeah, they were stuck there for hours and hours and hours. So, and people ran out of gas. And what about the cars? What about your electric car? There's many people that are just stuck. So they've been helping, which is great. It's a great organization. You're not near Wynn, but you live in Mesa, so you assume it's more in the... Yes, you don't know how anybody can afford to live in California. The price is crazy. It is crazy. Hi, Deb, my sister. I know I missed some comments. California pricing is expensive, but we have lived here forever, so we got our house when it was not that expensive. So we got it when the market crashed. So and our house before that, we lived in New Mexico, and we had sold that house and made some money on it, and was able to come over here, put a lot of money down on this house, and only finance a little bit of it. So our house will be paid off before we retire, which is 5 more years. So our house will be paid off in about 4 years, which is amazing. That's how we can afford it to live here. I've always had to work more than one job to live here, and my husband has a good job. So that part, that's the only reason why is that we've been able to always have really good paying jobs. And I just always work hard at my job. So my bookkeeping and my craft business. So, okay, that's going to go like that. Okay, it doesn't always fit right one way. You might have to flip it to make sure that the holes are where they should be and are even and all that. Okay, set that to the side. And then we're going to do this one. We'll get everything glued, and then we'll do all our little white dots. Yeah, I think it's expensive in many states. Californians are leaving here because of that. A lot of people leave here. I remember when we moved to New Mexico in 2004, was it 2004? 2003, 2003. A ton of Californians were moving in to that area, and I mean, people tend to exit California. But then there's always more coming in. So there's always more that think that California is so great and the weather is great, but hey, they get here and they can't sustain themselves. Being here, I moved here because of the military. So my second husband was stationed here in the military, and that's how I ended up in California. I was born in California. I was placed for adoption, and I was My parents lived in Caldwell, Idaho. So I lived there for a while, and then we moved to Utah, and then moved to Idaho, in Firth, Idaho, and I graduated, and then I moved all over the place after that. I can't even name all the places that I lived in. A ton of places with the military, and then I've been here in this area for a long time. I love our street. We've lived in 3 houses on this street, and the first one we just rented, and then we really were fortunate. A friend had to move, and their house, they had it up for sale, and it didn't sell, and then all of a sudden they just had to go. And so we got a super good deal on that house. And that was back in, like, I don't know when, like 1996, probably something like that. Okay, Market, let me spell it out, Market. Back when houses were like under 200,000. I think it was 154,000. And then we sold that house when we left. We sold it for 650,000. So we had that money in the bank. Went to New Mexico, bought a house, sold that house, made money on that, came back, bought this house. So we've been really fortunate with our housing situation, that we've been able to buy and sell, and always make money on it. Not everybody's in that situation, and it really is hard. It's expensive. I mean, we look at things like it's expensive for our taxes. I mean, our taxes are expensive, but some places are probably more. Our property taxes. Yeah. My property taxes in my cabin are about the same as it is for this house. Kind of crazy. Okay, let's do all of our white dots. We got all that glued together. Okay, and I need to plug in my hot glue gun, because I will use that when I do the base on the truck. Hi, Cindy, how are you? The price you pay for a house in Wisconsin would get you a very rundown trailer park. Yes, I know. We work so hard. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it really is very expensive to live here. But people do it, and people survive. I have friends that have lived here forever too. So one way or another, if they want to make it work, they will. Okay, let me get white. Oh yeah. But many of my friends are leaving when they retire. My husband wants to leave. He wants to go to Prescott. That's his dream, is to move there after he retires. I'm like, okay. Okay, I'm only going to do highlights on the pumpkins on here. I'm not going to do it on the truck part. So I'm going to take my little stylus, and I'm just going to do like a little dash and then a dot, 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 just like we did yesterday on some of this stuff. And you can do as little or as much as you want. Totally up to you. I might not be doing exactly what I did the other day. It's okay, because do however you want to do. And if you don't want to do this part, that's okay. You don't have to. It just adds a little character to it. I'll show you in a second what I did. So all I did was just a few. See, I would be sad to leave because I love my craft shows. I would be really sad. I would have to come back for all my craft shows. Nothing is less than 500,000 here in Idaho. An acre of land goes for almost 200,000. Wow, that's crazy. It's because of Californians. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry about that. Your son was just telling you about the cost of property in the area. Yeah, that's she lives in Kuna, which is by Boise. Okay, let me give you the link again for this. Let me give you the link. My husband just sent me a message. He doesn't think Stubby's doing well. I don't think he is either. He's got to go. He's got to go in. I'll give you the link for this. I'll be calling as soon as I'm done with this. Oops, I spilled some paint right here, guys. Why don't you tell me? Okay, there's the link again for the kit. Okay. Yeah, it's not easy, but you get by. You're born and raised here. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, those that got in when housing was less expensive, those are the ones that have pretty much stayed Okay, I'm just putting dots on here. I'm not putting any of the dashes. I'm just on most of it. On the leaf part I will, but I'm just going to put some dots here and there. I've always been able to piece it together with my crafts. Okay, so I've been able to pay for Christmas. I mean, my kids basically got Christmas because I did my craft shows. My craft show money would pay for that. If we wanted to go on a vacation, I would do a craft show, and I could use that money. I did daycare when my kids were little because I didn't want them to go with anybody else. I didn't trust people. And it was so weird because right before I moved down here, someone in Idaho, there had been an incident with a child dying in daycare. So of course, when I move here, it's like, I'm not putting my child in daycare. So I did daycare myself. I'm like, I can do daycare. I can have kids in my house. And so my kids got to have that. They had little friends. Always. They had to share their toys. But somehow or another you make it work if you really want to be here. And I've been fortunate that my husband has had good jobs. And despite, have times when the company he was with went under or moved, somehow we just hung in there. It just worked out. So here we are. Okay, dots. All right, we are gonna speckle still, so there's lots of that. Hey Billy, how are you? We're just doing all of our little dots. I'm gonna use the other end on this one, the smaller end, since the letters are smaller. And I'm looking at my cheat sheet. If you see me looking, I'm looking at my little cheat sheet over there. Just doing a few dots here and there on here. I just kind of like the look of it. All right. We're getting there. And then we still have to speckle. And then we'll be done. I'm going to do the little dashes. Yep. All right. So happy Monday, everybody. We have the chance to have a new start for the week. And we have a chance to make it a good one. Let's make it a good week. I'm hoping I find out what's going on with Stubby and get him well again. My little guy. Yeah. So far he's still eating and drinking and all of that. He hasn't given up that. So as long as he's still doing that and staying hydrated, that's good. But I worry about him. So the stomach virus has gone on way too long for him. I've done everything that I possibly can on my end. Now he's gonna have to have some medication. So I'll be calling. They open like at 8 o'clock. So I'll be calling in like 20 minutes to try to get him an appointment. All right. Okay. That's the last one. That's a lot. Okay. So let me, thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, Vicki. How are you? 20 late. Yes. Yeah, that's the great thing. You can always go back and watch the replay. Okay, let's try this, and then we'll speckle, because we have to speckle. I'm not going to speckle the base. I didn't speckle the base before. Oh, and guess what? I didn't speckle all of it. I only speckled the pumpkins. Let me see if I can cover that up. Darn, I didn't want the truck to be speckled. So, yeah, I should have left the pumpkins out so I could speckle them separate. I did that on my sample. So we're going to speckle with black and white. Maybe I can tape off everything. We'll see. We'll see if I can. I just have to dry. All these little dots. Get them as dry as possible. I know. I'm hoping he's going to be okay. He's got his issues. We know that we're fortunate he's still around, because we are shocked that he is still around. We did not think he would make it this long. He's had a tumor in his chest for a very long time. Okay, so I wanted to be able to just do the pumpkins on the truck. So I'm gonna tape off part of it. I've had to do that before. It's not the first time I've messed up on something. So I think I can get it. I think I can. All right. All right, and then I think what I'll do is I'll just put, I think I can just tape right here. Yeah, I didn't want the whole truck to be speckled, so we're just kind of figuring it out. It will be fine. If there's like a dot here or there, it's not going to kill me. I am not going to cry. We are not going to sweat the small stuff, guys, and it is all small stuff. Okay. One more tiny piece and I think I'll have it. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Darlene forgot. So try to do your pumpkins before you put them in there. Okay. Now, let me bring out my paper towels that I used yesterday for all of their stuff. Thank you. The vet that we use for them is Cuyamaca Animal Hospital. For the new dogs, we've used Mast Boulevard. So either one that I can get into will be just fine. So if I can't get into Cuyamaca, Mast is an emergency one where my granddaughter was working. My granddaughter is now at Cuyamaca though. She switched. So you know what I can do? I can put that right there. That way I know that it's not going to go through this. Okay, so we just need to do black and white. So I'm going to actually bring out a new palette dish to use because I need water also. So some black and some white. And then a little bit of water. We've been with Cuyamaca for a long time. But when we couldn't get into Cuyamaca for the new dogs, for Sophie and Darcy, we went to the one that my granddaughter was working at. And then she switched. And she's like, well, why don't you bring them all over here? And my husband's like, well, their records are all over here. And I really like this doctor. So we're kind of sticking with, we have two. we have two. Now, he just has tummy issues, and it's actually pretty bad. So it's getting to the point where I don't want him to be dehydrated. It's gone on too long. Yeah, poor puppy. Poor puppy. Okay, so water, paper towel, paint, paper towel, water, paper towel, tap, 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 tap. Okay, you can test it out on your paper towel if you want to. Pull your finger backwards on those bristles and point your toothbrush down. These are really tiny dots. If you want them to be a little bit bigger, you would add more water. I kind of like it really fine like that, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I might add just a touch of water and go back and do a little bit more. There we go. So there's a few more bigger ones. Okay, and then I'll wipe my finger off. I have another paper towel right here to do that. And then let's do the white. So water, paper towel, paint, paper towel. I didn't get enough paint. Water, paper towel, tap, tap, tap. Pull the finger back and just go over everything. If you don't want to do speckling, that's fine. You don't have to speckle. This is like totally up to you whether you do this. So, but if you do part of it, you should probably do all of it. Okay. All right. Let me just go ahead and move this. And I'm going to sop up that water that's in here so that I don't dump that. Going to move this over here out of the way. Let's dry this really quick. And then we'll glue the backers on. And then we'll be done. I know it's a little bit longer today. But, and we're going to skip a day. I know some of you have ordered this. We'll get some of them in the mail today. I have 3 cutouts so far. I didn't have a lot of time last night to do cutouts. It takes about, from start to finish, of cutting them and assembling them, putting them in the box, it's an hour each. So we'll get out the ones that we can today, and then the rest will go out tomorrow. But you can order these. You don't have to order them right now. So that's the great thing, is that they're going to be available forever, basically. We might take them off in January. We might take things off, or we'll wait another month or so to let people grab the things that they missed. They can go back and grab those. Okay, so there's that. We need to glue this into the base. Okay, we need to glue it back around the one of those, and one of them has the stand. Okay, so combination of things. Here's the stand for the truck. We'll glue it, and then we'll hot glue in the back. Okay, so a little bit of glue. And you know what? We should do this one. This one has this type of thing on the back. Let's do that first. Okay, so flip it over. This part goes on here. So it's gonna stick out a little bit. It's gonna be below. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put this on here. You're gonna put this on here. Oops. And then stand this up to make sure that it's all the way at the bottom. So you're gonna stand it up and kind of push that down. So it's going to show just a little bit at the bottom. Don't stress over that. Make sure your glue doesn't glue it to the table. And then put this in there. So, and then we're just going to hold it down. I'm probably not going to lift this one up to show you. It really needs to glue in place. It needs to dry. But I have my other sample that I made the other day. Okay, so that's on there. Okay, this goes into here. This goes into the little stand that slides together. Okay, and that's just going to sit in the little easel. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Deb. It's hard when they're sick. I don't like it when they're sick. It's really, man, it's hard. And he's just older, so it hit him hard. But it kind of is bringing back the memories of Molly, because we thought that she had a stomach virus. We kept doing everything. She actually got sick right after after Stubby got all of his teeth out. So she got really sick, and we thought it was because we had switched his food, and we had to kind of switch everybody to different food, soft food, and her tummy was never the same after that. But it was a coincidence with her. She had stomach cancer. So I don't want it to be that for him. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the back. Your 10-year-old granddaughter Stella is having her tonsils removed. Oh, yes. Oh, poor thing. I hope she gets lots of ice cream and all of that good stuff. Aw. Lots of prayers for her. Does she live close to you, Sarah? Okay, I'm going to put some glue at the back here, just to kind of have it. It kind of just gives it extra support. I like to do that. You don't have to do that, but for me, these are going to be transported back and forth to craft shows, so I want it to be really sturdy and not come off. So I always add just a little bit of glue. I do the same with my Nomis. My husband wants to move to Prescott. Is that what I think you're asking me? It's hard for me to know if you're asking me. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, he wants to move to Prescott. That's where his family is. His brother and his mom. So, okay, I'm just trying to get this straight. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to show you. This one might even be good too. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to push it down. Okay, perfect. Now let me just show you from the front. Here we go. All right. Yay. Okay, let me go in closer. These are the ones that we just got done making. It took a little bit. So you can always go back and watch the replay. So this is part of the monthly kit. Yep. Yes. Yeah, Prescott is kind of a happening place nowadays, isn't it? Aren't these fun? I love this. So you can put everything together. You can separate it. If you work, you can take some to your office and put on your desk. You can have some at your house. There's 8 different items in the kit. Let me see if it uploaded. Let me see if it's there. It's 45 minutes away. You'll see her this afternoon when she gets home. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, let me see if it uploaded. It hasn't been linking lately. Nope, it didn't. I'm going to have to see what I can do about that. Okay, anyways, guys, there we go. It is on the website. I have put the link here a couple times, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Wish me luck with Stubby. I'm hoping I can get him an appointment. I got to go and call at 8 o'clock, and I have messages coming over. So, anyways, I love you guys.